up, Harpooners? It's your boy Gobo here, coming at you live from the fabulous Lunar Harpoon Network, and we welcome you to our new show, which is Gobos Overly Specific Top 10 Lists. So this is a show that we're doing, fill in some time between now and the next episode of Nerd Pickin', so it's some stuff that we enjoy. We hope that you enjoy it as well. So our first Top 10 list is...
Top 10 80s and 90s obscure toy lines. Coming in at number 10 is Army Ants. From the remnants of the Monsters in My Pocket line comes 1987's Army Ants. Sold in 3- and 8-member squadrons, these inch-tall insect humanoids brought joy to literally dozens of children. Separated into two factions, the Orange Army, led by General Pat Ant, and the Blue, led by General McAnther, the molds were eventually sold off to European toy makers, and these brilliant little picnic ruiners never made it big in American pop culture. Number 9. The Trash Bag Bunch. What could be more fun than playing with small bags of trash? Well, except when the bags are filled with fun and unique-looking characters. Gloob's Trash Bag Bunch was a standalone garbage bag package that would dissolve in water, revealing the toy inside only after purchase, of course. Like most toy lines of the time, there were, of course, two pun-tastic factions fighting it out: the Disposers, the good guys, and, of course, the pollution-spewing alien invaders, the Trashers, who were thrown off their home planet of Garbage-O for, reasons. Number 8. The Barnyard Commandos. One of my personal favorite lines, the Barnyard Commandos featured anthropomorphic farm animals striving for military superiority after consuming radioactive material. A product of 1989, Playmates designed the figures out of soft, hollow vinyl, similar to pet squeak toys. This was especially confusing for my childhood golden retriever Bert, who enjoyed more than his share of this loopy livestock. Well, of course, there were two factions, the Rebel Army of Military Sheep, Rams, and the Platoon of Rebel Killer Swine, Porks. The series spawned 4 home video cartoon movies and even a Burger King kids meal tie-in.
Enough to own some of these wonderful toys, so I'll show you here. Here is my Sergeant Shout and Sweet unpunched from Barnyard Commandos line from the pork side, and then of course this totally great Sergeant Woolly Pullover plush animal that I have here as well.
Number 7. Extreme Dinosaurs. Emerging from the primordial goo is 1996's Extreme Dinosaurs, a spin-off of the Street Sharks line appearing in the animated series as the Dino Avengers. These characters were a group of spunky college students before being transformed into dinosaur men by the evil Argor Zardak, a criminal from another dimension. The figures were solid hard plastic frame coated in malleable rubber and featured several repaints and alternate versions of the characters. The good guys consisted of T-Bone, Bullseye, Spike, Stiggs, and Hard Rock, who fought against the evil dino faction of the Raptors. Number 6. The Z-Bots. Another brainchild of the obscure toy powerhouse Galoob, the Z-Bots had 3 series of tiny figures from 1992 to 1994. A strange mixture of micro-machines and transformers, these figures stood about 1 inch tall and had severely limited articulation. The Z-Bots' backstory is fairly vague and somewhat confusing. It had something to do with some scientists creating robot technology in the 30s and being stolen but for nefarious purposes in the modern age. Regardless, these tiny robots were extremely collectible and fun, and even spawned an adorable spin-off line called the Mini-Zs. 5. Biker Mice from Mars. Another series made by, you guessed it, Galoob. The Biker Mice from Mars was a 3-man team of anthropomorphic mice who graciously decided to defend the Earth from evil invaders, the Plutarchans. The series featured several 5-inch action figures and a whole mess of motorcycles and other wacky Martian accessories. The line was based off a 1993 animated series of the same name, which led to a gamut of other endorsement and deals, including a Super Nintendo game spin-off and even a 2006 cartoon revival airing on England's GMTV. The appeal of these characters went so far beyond the absurd. The protagonists were portrayed as dark, brooding, and war-torn, often sporting eye patches, prosthetic limbs, and other various bandages. And here's my only piece of Biker Mice from Mars merchandise. This is my Grease Pits Grunge Cycle, and it's a motorcycle of one of the villains from the series. And here is the back as well. Number 4. The Incredible Crash Test Dummies. A toy based on the line of early 90s public service announcements, We Can't Lose. Released in 1990 and produced until 1993, remote vehicle moguls Tyco brought us these posable and explodable pals. The figures themselves were anthropomorphic mannequins consisting of rigid midsection and a removable head and limbs. Included on the midsection were 2 impact buttons releasing the limbs to fly as they will, simulating a serious bodily injury. Fun, right? The toys served no immediate purpose other than educating kids on vehicle safety with their catchphrase, "Leave the crashing to us." Included in the cast were Vince and Larry, and several subsequent cast members added later. The Crash Test Dummies spun off into an animated series on Fox Kids and also a video game tie-in. Mattel's Hot Wheel brand purchased the Crash Test Dummies property in 1998, creating 4 new figures, but they never went beyond that. Number 3, the Toxic Crusaders. Now we're really getting into the wonderfully obscure. Based on the 1991 cartoon series, based on the 1984 cult classic The Toxic Avenger, this line consisted of 9 figures produced by Playmates, similar to their much more popular Ninja Turtles line. Each figure featured bright neon colors and often coupled with horrible deformities. On top of the gloriously ridiculous aesthetics of the figures, the accessories were a sight to behold, including such objects as an American flag mop, a bone gun, a bag of leaves, and even a canister of toxic waste. The line saw some success in the early market due to its sheer unique qualities, but eventually lost steam when the show became less popular. We still love you, Toxie. Hail Troma!
And here in my Toxic Crusaders line, as you can see, I have only 4 of the original line and not really any of the accessories, but we still love them, and they're...
Number 2, the Food Fighters. From the war-torn ravages of your kitchen pantry come the Food Fighters, another soft vinyl figure, this time produced by Mattel. These anthropomorphic food men have boots on the plate and are marching towards culinary superiority. Once again distributed into 2 factions, the Kitchen Commandos are led by the Honorable Brigadier General, and the rebel forces of the Refrigerator Rejects are led by a militant hot dog known simply as Mean Wiener. Not making that up. This also came with vehicles and a rumored refrigerator playset that was never released. It's never too late, Mattel.
Okay, and here we see my Food Fighters collection, which I actually have quite an extensive collection of Food Fighters. So I have 6 in the package figures, including the leader's Brigadier General and, of course, Mean Wiener, the militant hot dog. And I also have the variant short stack with the purple frosting, or the purple maple syrup, as opposed to the standard, which just has the regular maple syrup.
And the moment you've all been waiting for, number 1, the Street Sharks. Everything any young boy ever dreamed of was materialized into an action figure with this line. They're big, brooding, humanoid shark teenagers who spend their average day fighting crime and relaxing on radical 90s rollerblades. These characters were different breeds of shark and naturally had beef with a wide range of evil fish-related bad guys, including an eel, marlin, lobster, and squid. The toy line inevitably spawned an animated series which lasted 2 seasons, with every episode featuring the word shark in the title. My favorites are Shark to the Future and Sharkopolis Now. What can I say? I'm easily amused. As they always do, the show lost steam and eventually the figures were taken out of production.
So here's my Street Sharks collection. I have a couple of loose figures right here, and then moving over to the case. If you guys follow us on Instagram, you've seen my 12-inch talking Ripster as well, which goes up here. And then finally we have my Moby Lick, still fresh in package, which we keep displayed on the wall. Well, alright, Harpooners, that will do it for our first video here. As far as my videos with the over-specific top 10 lists. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if there's any toys or collectibles that we missed that you may have enjoyed seeing. And yeah, if you like us, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, leave us a comment. Let us know what you'd like to see in the future. Alright, thanks guys.